Hi everybody, I'm Bill Whittle. Welcome to Hot Seat, our members-only program here for PJTV members. And as you probably know by now, the seat got too hot for us, and this is going to be the very last of the hot seats that I'll be doing here at PJTV. We have three interesting questions. It came from the producers this time, and if you stick around for a minute, I've got a close at the end that hopefully you'll be interested in. So let's just get started with the questions, why don't we? Here's the first one. Why do you like cats more than dogs? Actually, when I've just looking at this question, it made me think I love dogs. I think dogs are fantastic. I was a dog guy my whole life. I had a dog named Spot when I was little. He's a Welsh sheepdog. Dogs are fantastic. They're just tremendous fun, and they're so loyal and brave and friendly, and they're terrific. I just couldn't stand cats until, I just hated them. And then somewhere around, how old would I have been? 37, something like that. A friend of mine who was a writer on a sketch comedy show I was doing down in Gainesville had a cat, and it had a litter of kittens, and he said, "Do you want to take one?" I said, "No." He said, "Just for the weekend?" I said, "No." He says, "What if I come by and bring the little cat that crawled up your leg and bring litter box and food and everything for the weekend?" "Okay, for the weekend, Pete, fine." And that was Reno. I saw him the day he was born, and he climbed up my leg when he was, this big, and sat on my head. So I took the cat for the weekend, opened up a can of tuna fish. He ate it. I held him up in front of me. He burped right in my face. Then he ran over and did his business in the litter box, and I had him for 21 years. He died last April. I had another cat right after that named Texas, so Texas and Reno pretty much grew up together, and Texas died in 2010, so he was probably 17. And those guys got me through some rough times. Right now I have two rescue kittens named Tahoe and Pismo, and they're just tremendous. They're big cats too. They're big paws, big cats. They're almost cougars, couch cougars and lawn lions. The main thing, of course, is that I do a fair amount of traveling, and you simply can't leave dogs alone in an apartment for days on end. Cats you can leave for a night, maybe two, but even if you have somebody come in and feed the cats, cats do a lot better with solitude, and they sleep an awful lot. It just didn't seem fair to have a dog, and I love cats. They took a long time to grow on you. They're very elegant, and here's the thing. If you've never owned a cat and you hate cats, I'll just tell you what my experience was. Dogs are so gregarious because they're pack animals. You go over to somebody's house and they've got a dog on, the dog's all over you. How do you not love the dog? But cats are much more private than that, and you don't really know how a cat behaves until it's your cat. Once it's your cat, once it becomes familiar with you and comfortable with you and trusting you, they get a lot more affectionate. But I can understand, because I went through most of my life this way. If you don't know that, then most people have problems with them. Will you vote for Donald Trump if he is the GOP nominee? Yes. Yes, I will. I think I have a lot of problems with Donald Trump, needless to say, and I think the reason I would do it is because of the reason that he's so popular, and that is, as I mentioned on one of the trifectas, I think he's the destroyer. Donald Trump is the guy that comes in and erases the blackboard. He turns the Etch-a-Sketch upside down and shakes it. If Donald Trump became the nominee or president, it would be radically transformative of the country and the party. It would be smashing up the power structure as we know it today, I think. Nobody really knows, I think, with this guy. But, would I rather have Donald Trump than Hillary Clinton? Yes. Hillary Clinton had people killed, and then she lied about it and put a filmmaker in jail to cover her tracks. She's a multiple felon and a traitor. It's treason leaving that kind of information above top secret, special access program things where anybody could read it. That's treason. And I'm not voting for a traitor. And Bernie Sanders is a communist. I'm not voting for a communist. So basically, if Trump's the nominee, I'm voting for Trump. That's not a hard decision for me. I know some people feel differently, but I don't. I don't know what we would get, but what we've got now is not working. And at the very least, if he gets the nomination, I think that will be a real signal to the GOP establishment, such as it is, that we're plenty tired of having Jeb Bush and Chris Christie foisted on us, and it's time for either some real changes or a new party. And my last hot seat question ever. You've done Afterburners here on topics ranging from Occupy Wall Street and Trayvon Martin to Star Trek and saving a baby bird's life. What overall philosophy unifies your worldview? Freedom and compassion. Well, that's it for Hot Seat. I would ask a favor of you, if you like these shows. PJTV is going away. It goes dark on May 11th. This is the last segment I'm recording for this show. But if you'd like to keep me in business and keep yourself in business, I do a members-only show on my website, which is billwhittle.com. I do two of them. One of them is called The Nexus Report, which is sort of a news rundown, and I have a show pretty much exactly like this called Time Over Targets, members only, and I take a question from the audience, a countdown clock starts, and it ends at 3 minutes to the second, so that's kind of fun. If you're a supporter here at PJTV, well, you were because you're watching this, you're the golden apple. You're the people that have paid for this programming and feel like it's worth it. So if we can move enough of you over to billwhittle.com, we can keep doing these videos, and we can get Trifecta back with Steve Green and Scott Ott. I'm sorry to slam you with a commercial, but that's where I'm going to be. BillWhittle.com is the home for everything we do, including Trifecta from now on. On YouTube, it's Bill Whittle Channel. And I'd just like to say to you members out there that these have been the best 7 years of my life. Could never have done it without you and your constant support, not just the financial support, the emotional support, spiritual support has been overwhelming. And it's been an actual honor to be sitting here in this chair talking to you. And the idea that people want to listen to what I have to say is still kind of amazing to me. Thank you for your membership. Hope to see you over at billwhittle.com, and keep up the fight.